What's going on, my movie people? Welcome back to Rewind Tuesdays, the series where I let fate decide what movie we're going to watch. I roll these two dice, whatever numbers come up, we pick it randomly off this list. The 100 best movies of all time, according to that scratch off list. Before we get into it, make sure you drop a like and hit subscribe. Let's find out what movie we're going to be watching today, guys. There's a lot on this list. Let's find out. So let's find out what movie we're going to watch, guys. Let's find out. Let's find out, guys, what movie we're going to watch today. We're going to let the dice decide. Remember, there's only 10 rows and 10 movies each row. So if it rolls 11 or a 12, we have to re-roll. So we're going to do row 4, movie 1. Awesome. I can't wait to find out what we're watching. Let's go over to the movie poster and find out. Alright guys, we're over at the movie poster now. Let's count and see which movie we're watching. We're watching a movie from row 4. Movie 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be watching For a Few Dollars More. Interesting. I don't know what this movie is. I'm back. I watched it. I found it. It was on Prime Video. For a Few More Dollars is a 1965 spaghetti western, filmed and directed by Sergio Leone. But what is a spaghetti western? I was really curious to find out what that was. So I went deep diving and I discovered that a spaghetti western is a subgenre of western film produced and filmed in Europe and mostly by Italians. It's also well known as an Italian western. This film stars Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef as two bounty hunters, and Gian Maria Volonté as our primary villain. And this film is the second installment in what is commonly known as the Dollar Trilogy. The first one being known as A Fistful of Dollars, and the last one that we will be reviewing one day because it's on that list. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This film had a budget of $600,000 or $650,000. I found both to be reported, so I don't know what's true or what's not. But what is true is our main star, Clint Eastwood, he only made $50,000 on this film. And what was the box office, I hear you ask? Well, the box office worldwide, this film made crazy $25.5 million at the worldwide box office. Now let's get into some of the things that I did like about this film. I loved the music. The music kind of grew on me. After a while, at first, I was feeling a bit meh to the music. But as the movie went on, the music grew on me, but the set pieces is what made it stand out. This film was shot in Spain, and they turned it into Mexico, and you couldn't even tell the difference. But I also kind of don't like westerns. Before this film, it was my least favorite genre. But after watching this film, I would like to go out and seek out more western films. If you know some good western films, let me know down in the comments which ones I should go check out. But I just always found them very boring and kind of hard to sit through. This film, I found very hard to sit through. It took me 3 sittings to actually watch this 2-hour movie. I found the main reason it took me 3 sittings to sit down and watch it was I found the audio and the picture to be so far off, and it bothered me so much. Just watch some of this.
Guy passed by here in person and had it on those 2 zeros. He was spitting mad when he saw what they was offering. He wasn't flattered. He said, a measly $1,000 for me is much too little. I'm worth a lot more than that.
I did find this particular movie to be quite boring up to the bank scene. Once the bank scenes happen, and after that, is where the movie starts picking up, and it kind of piqued more my interest then. Before then, we were just really establishing all our characters, and it takes a long time to get to that bank scene. One thing I did find very off-putting was the shooting sounds that they added in post, but I still found them to be very comical. Another thing is, whenever anybody got shot in the film, they over-exaggerated the selling of it, and there was no blood and there was no holes. They would just flip and fall, and that'd be it. And it kind of really pulled me out of the movie a lot. Maybe it was just a time thing. Maybe in 1960s you couldn't show that type of stuff, but here in 2024 it's very off-putting. But did you know that this whole film footage was shot silently without recording a sound of anything? Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef returned to Italy after the filming and dubbed over all their dialogues, and all the sound effects was added in as well. I wonder if that went for the whole cast. Maybe they had everybody come in to redo their dialogue, and that's why the picture and audio was so far off and sounds a bit weird. But this film for me has way too many lows and too little highs. Besides the last few scenes, from the bank scene, the chase down, and the final standoff, this film is just too far boring for me. And that's why, for a few more dollars more, it gets 3 out of 10. But if you're in any way, shape or form a fan of westerns, or even like Clint Eastwood, I would recommend going out of your way to check it out. It's on Prime Video, but if you want to get a physical copy, I'm sure you can go find it cheap. I went and looked online and I found it in my local area for $15 on Blu-ray. But now we've come to the best part of these series, the Rewind Tuesdays. I'm gonna scratch it off. Let's do that now. With that scratched off, we have done 4 out of 100 movies. 96 more films to go. If you made it to this point, do me a big favor, shoot that like button like it's worth $10,000, and go check out my latest reviews. If you haven't seen the rest of this series, there is a playlist over on my channel. It's probably right here. Go check it out. Go check out some of my other videos. But until next time, guys, be well, stay safe, have yourselves a great week. And if no one's told you lately, you're looking beautiful. Catch you guys.